wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host Claudia Jordan here. And let's get in some front page news. Teslin Figaro is here. Good morning, Tez.
Good morning, DJ NV. Good morning, Claudia.
Good morning.
And let's jump right into it. Alabama.
Yeah, y'all couldn't wait. We're chomping at the bit on this one.
That's right.
Black people are excited everywhere, I guess, to see black folks stand up. You know, I say all the time, it's a time to swing and it's a time to sing, using the words of Malcolm X. Let's go straight to the report from WSFA. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Tonight, we're following breaking news near Montgomery's Riverfront Park. A fight beside the river has led to multiple arrests. Welcome to the news at 10. I'm Brady Talbert. A viewer sent us this video, which shows the fight just feet from the water. A witness claims it started because a pontoon boat was blocking the dock where a riverboat was trying to park. You can see more people jumping in as that fight played out. Well, soon after, Montgomery police arrived at the scene. They say a large group of people were involved in this brawl. Our crew saw people in handcuffs. MPD says several people have been detained and any charges are pending tonight.
They deserved it. They deserved that ass whooping. I mean, so break down what happened. The gentleman was telling them that the boat, he was a security guard working there, right? He was telling them that they couldn't park the boat there because the steamboat was coming in, correct?
Correct. And, obviously they didn't want to hear that. And so we clearly saw, they put hands on him first, jumped the security guard. People were laughing at how he threw his hat up in there, basically. I don't know if y'all saw that.
I see him throw his hat up there, yeah.
So, and folks started jumping in, as Claudia mentioned about, I made a post too saying, who said black people can't swim? They've been calling him Aquaman. I called him Little Mermaid's brother. Black Little Mermaid's brother. And so black folks just, jumped in and assisted. You did see others who were recording it, from the side, but certainly their brother needed some help. And so as you mentioned, as the report mentioned, folks have been arrested. And I put out a call yesterday with a lot of attorneys that we were talking to yesterday, and they're looking to offer assistance to these folks who need help. Please get at me at Teslin Figaro on Instagram for those who they're willing to help pro bono to make sure that they get adequate representation. Also, a lot of folks are trying to help sending money with Cash App. Yep. And so we're just trying to make sure that we find the right people to get it to. We've made some contact with a lot of the leaders in Alabama, particularly calling for no charges to be filed. So this is something that organizers are working on to try to see what we can do to offer assistance.
You know what I don't like about the coverage?
What's that?
Outside of black media, right? Mm-hmm. The way the news report was, a fight broke out. No, it was not a fight. A group of white men attacked a black security guard doing his job. And Absolutely. If it was the opposite way around, race would definitely be talked about outside of us. It wasn't a fight that broke out. Call it what it was.
He was assaulted.
He was assaulted by like 6 or 7 people doing his job. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that. Media is very slick with that.
Yeah, but you know what I do love about the whole thing? A lot of times, a lot of people, especially in our community, we mind our business, right? It doesn't have anything to do with us. But the fact that I've never seen people get so ready so fast. I mean, because people were on the boat and that boat was coming in slowly. And I know those people on that boat, like as soon as this boat hits this dock, we gonna whack some white people's asses. But the thing that I like about it is they were on top of it. There was no questions asked. It was like, this gentleman is my father. He's my uncle. He's my brother. He's a family member. And we're going to defend, because it wasn't a one-on-one. It was 5, 6 people. Yeah. And the fact that the women jumped out, and when they see them women jumping on that man, and like I seen the fact that brother, think about it like this. That brother didn't know that man. He seen that man getting beat up. He jumped in the water and swam to the shore to get his licks in.
We should have been doing this, actually, because we've been witnessing way too many of us getting beat down in front of a lot of us just filming. So shout out to the people that got involved and got active.
I agree.
And I said that as well. I was saying, normally I say, why are you just filming instead of getting active? But I am glad that they did film this one to put it on the record, because I think, we needed to see it. People needed to see it. They needed to know that everybody's not going to just sit around and sing songs and pray and cry. So we had enough jumping in and folks also, recording it to put it on the record. So
now, what do you think about the brother that picked up the chair and was swinging at everybody on the chair?
Hey. When it's going down, it's going down. I'm picking up everything.
Chairs,
and
that's my
tables,
point. That's my point.
You see red.
If you ever get into a fight,
it is what it is.
You see red. And that lady was swinging on men. She was swinging on people beforehand. So like I said, I'll say allegedly because I don't want to get sued. But When it's red, when it's wartime, I'm picking up everything. I'm swinging everything. I don't know what you got. Nah, it is what it is. But
I get the emotion, but of course he gonna get it the worst. Of course, but I get his mentality. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
Well, that is front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Let's discuss what you did this weekend. Were you out and about? Did you go to Caravana? Did you go to some of the festivals? Maybe you're out in Alabama. It doesn't matter. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. Whatever you want to discuss. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne is out. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan. And let's get in some front page news. Tesla Figueroa, welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. Hello, DJ Envy. Good morning, beautiful Claudia and the Breakfast Club family.
Good morning.
And all the Laker fans out there, I just want to tell y'all that Anthony Davis agreed to the NBA's richest annual extension. He has agreed to a 3-year, $186 million maximum contract extension. Oh. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'm going to play the Powerball today. I think it's at $1.5 billion or Mega Millions is 1.5. One of them is high. But
keep
Jesus.
trying, Envy.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep trying. Now let's talk about this goon squad.
Yeah, once again, earlier we were talking about, the brother that got jumped by the white men. And again, this happens in several different instances. This is one where the goon squad was white men, white police officers who jumped tortured two black men, 5 former Rankin County, Mississippi, and 1 from Richland, Mississippi. Deputies pled guilty to charges related to the torture of the 2 black men. Let's listen to the report, and I'm going to give you some more information on the other side.
They became the criminals they swore to protect us from.
They allegedly call themselves the Goon Squad, a group of 6 white former Mississippi law enforcement officers giving themselves that moniker because of their alleged willingness to use excessive force and not to report. Now they pleaded guilty to federal charges related to an assault that, according to a charging document, included nearly 2 hours of torture, physical, racist, and sexual abuse on 2 black men after a white neighbor complained. Several black males had been staying at the property, and the neighbor had observed suspicious behavior. The officer who received the complaint directed an investigator to take care of it. On January 24th, 6 law enforcement officers entered victims Eddie Parker and Michael Jacobs' home without a warrant.
Wow.
Yeah, now the lawsuit said that they entered without a warning. And again, the complaint was about allegedly drug activity, which they did not find. And they were handcuffed, kicked, waterboarded, as you heard, sexually assaulted. One was actually shot in the mouth.
Wow.
He said he will never be the same. And so they have permanent physical damages, long-term, obviously psychological damage. The sheriff says that he didn't know that this so-called goon squad exists. Do you guys believe that?
Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
People talk.
I don't believe it either. He said he was embarrassed by it, but I just, for this to go on for so long. And again, it just points to, again, going back to the Alabama story, everybody's not going to sit around, and allow you to do this. And so we have one story where we got folks jumping in to defend the black man. We got this story where, 2 black men were assaulted. This is why you saw the energy that you saw in Alabama. I just want to put it out there. People are over it. They're tired of it. We want our licks back. And that's why people are, motivated by it. It's not us condoning violence. It just is what it is. We see too many of these stories happening over and over. The officers were charged with conspiracy against rights, deprivation of rights under the color of law, conspiracy to obstruct justice, obstruction of justice. And so we'll see how that goes. What do you guys think?
For years I would hear people say, "Oh, they want a race war. They want a race war." I'm like, nah. But it seems like it's unfolding right before our eyes in all areas, like a security guard doing his job at a dock. People in a house that are not really doing drugs, but they stay in there, and then using, what's the obsession with like the sexual abuse too? This is reminiscent of slavery when they brought us over here and the things they would do to black men, buck breaking. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? Like, what is the obsession? Like you said earlier, we mind our own business. They are actively seeking out smoke with us.
And I wonder, I was going to ask you, with Donald Trump running for president and everything going with him, do we see things getting worse? Like, are we seeing, I don't know if it's white supremacy or white on black crimes, or is it getting worse because Donald Trump is putting more pressure on?
Well, I mean, to me, my personal opinion, this is America, so it's always been going on. But he certainly, when he started running, certainly, opened up the I guess the floodgates, if you will, to make people very comfortable, you know, with what they do, and basically saying the quiet part out loud. Remember when he said stand back and stand by? And remember we covered the story a few weeks ago on the country singer Jason, is it Alden? When he said, you know, don't try it in a small town. Remember when he made that tweet? Well, guess what? They tried it in a small town in Alabama, and guess what happened? The small town fought back. That's right. So it's those types of, you know, inciting that you see over and over and over. And we heard the gentleman say that this had to do with a Trump rally. I didn't want to say that because it's not, you know, for fact. Right. But, you know, there is conversation saying that because, you know, there was a Trump rally, I assume somewhere in the area, that people were a little bit more turned up. But I just think that our response to that and what you saw with our people is, again, people are tired of the constant, you know, stories like I just covered, the constant George Floyd, the constant, you know, the constant getting beat up, the constant, you know, crying on camera. No, it was time to do a little bit of swinging back. So, you know, that's what it is.
I think this could be a pivotal moment for us because leading up to this, we did stick around and just watch and film. Like, I think now with this context, the George Floyd thing, I don't think a lot of us will be sitting around like I think I'm personally motivated myself. There's no more sitting around and filming. I think we're going to get more active. I think we're going to get more involved now. I think this was a big, major moment for us as Black people. I really do.
Now let's talk about this Burger King worker who didn't miss a day of work in 27 years.
Yeah. Now, on a positive note, again, this is where, you know, folks came together. Now, this is, I would assume people donated from all over the country. But again, they took care of this brother named Kevin Ford, who was a Burger King employee in Las Vegas. He was surprised with $400,000 from his coworkers and other supporters online after he worked for 27 years. Now, he got, after he got the gift from Burger King, they gave him a small goodie bag that had a Reese's cup, a Starbucks cup, 2 pens, and 1 movie ticket.
It was embarrassing.
And so he kind of expressed his disappointment. So people said, oh, you know what, let's do something for this brother. So they started a GoFundMe page, and within a year, the campaign raised over $400,000. So it looks like, you know, he definitely got a retirement that's well worth it. There was another story I was going to do. We don't have time to do, but it was about French fries being linked to depression. So I thought that was interesting.
How is French fries? French fries makes me happy. How does it link into depression? It makes me smile.
I know it. I brought that story because last week you were talking about how you have to fight to get the French fries every now and then. Yep. But I'll just roll into that. Speaking of French fries, but yeah, a research team from China said that 12% of anxiety and depression come from folks who eat fried food, particularly French fries. They said they evaluated 140,000 people over 11 years, and they found that people that ate the fried potatoes over other things had a 2% increased risk of depression. So, Envy, there you go.
I mean, I'm not going to front. I got some McDonald's French fries and I was a little depressed, not because I didn't eat them. I got a small thing of French fries. And everybody knows I got a 20-month-old baby, right? And the 20-month-old seen my French fries, and I had 1 fry, and she killed it. And I was going to fight the 20-year-old, like, because I was like, these are my fries. This is all I wanted. You got your oranges. You got your fruit. You got yours. Let me just have my little French fry. And she ate my whole French fry. And I was like, you know what? That's a sign from God telling me I ain't need them French fries right there.
Sound like you're still mad at the baby.
I am still mad a little bit.
It's just a baby, Envy. It's a baby. Give it the fry, Envy.
No baby, yeah, give it the fry. But I tried to hide it, right? So she took one, I tried to hide it, and then she looked at me and just started crying. Like, I know you got them fries behind you. And it was like either let her cry or get her fries. So I gave her the fries.
Well, good for you. Well, I saw this story and thought of you, so maybe this would be motivation to stay away from the fries. So,
all right. Well, that is front page news. Now, Tez is staying with us because when we come back, Dr. Cornel West will be joining us. He's running for president 2024. He's not running under Republican. He's not running Democrat. He's running the Green Party. Is that correct, Tez?
That is correct.
And we'll
Independent.
We'll talk to him next. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.